And what's up, everybody? This is None Defense, host of this YouTube channel, and of course, co-leader of the team, still unboomable. Let's go ahead and just quickly pull them up for the intro. I don't know what you're thinking. Why don't you already have it up? Because, you know, I don't know. This is kind of part of the natural flow, I suppose. So there's, of course, our real-life leader, Miss Boom Bitch Angie, who is unavailable for comment. Mr. Nick Hill is a co-leader, and as is Bronsoon. But if you're wondering where Bronsoon, the account is, he is actually out hanging out with some higher level teams, you know, because we're all in a constant state of learning, and by us having a high level, high VP account that we all have access to, myself and Angie and Brian, that we're going to be able to, you know, kind of go and just look and see, you know, and learn from other people's operations as well. But the tricky part is going to be how to translate what these higher level players are doing and then translate it to our system, so I can then translate it to you guys, you know, anybody watching this video, into a, you know, an easy to follow, simple plan. Alright, so this video is a part of the Booming Without Borders campaign, and I have been hanging out with the Avengers a lot. Hello, Avengers. The leaders, Shark Killer, excuse me, Venomous One, Monkey, Jeff. Quick point on Jeff. Jeff's with us. Like, there was some resistance at first, but he stayed with the team. He never left. He just kept, you know, he kind of kept complaining, but in the end, we kept just talking to him. And you say, at no point did I say, oh, Jeff needs to be kicked. I said, Jeff needs to be coached. Jeff needs to be chatted with. And that's what happened, you know. So we talked to him. We got him on board. See, that's how it works. Like, I hate that our only options are to kick people out. I wish there was a way to get their attention without kicking them. When I kick on my team, I don't kick with the intention, oh, and never come back. I kick with the intention just to get your attention. Like, hey, pal, like, you've gotten my attention in a negative way, and if I had another alternative to do it, I really don't like to kick people, you know, especially when they can be coached and when they can be talked to. And Jeff, you came right on around to what we were talking about, so thank you, Jeff. Absolutely. All right, so this video was intended to, I'm going to be going over Mambo. We did lose. We bit off more than we can chew, and I had some terrible attacks myself. You know, yeah, there were definitely some terrible ones. I mean, there were some definitely good ones, you know, where everything was on point, but, you know, I made some mistakes as well. When that happens, the team, it was a breakdown, but that's going to happen as you're learning new systems and learning to take on harder and harder bases. And as you can see, I did not bring a bunch of high-level players over. Just me, you know, my regular, you know, my kind of the classic low-level MPA, low-level Bauer standards. Mishu, level 39, Recruiter, level 35, you know, and some others. And of course, Grublett. Grublett. Alright, so, but this video, I want to just quickly, but thoroughly, Miss Venomous One, substitute teacher in real life, and she's absolutely really involved, and I love how she spells my name, None, N-U-N-E, and I don't know if that's her autocorrect or if she's just poking fun at me, but I love it. I think that's wonderful. Anyway, she had some questions that I wanted to address, because it's just so, she brought up a lot of good points. Okay. So, when do we send high mids, or low hookahs? And what can a low hookah kill? I'm you know, translating. So my thought was do a training op for the officers. Okay. Where we'll attack with just our normal players on a base. We would be fighting on our own and give the officers some pointers. Pointers on strategy for what is first priority to get rid of, who can realistically do that, and communication. So these are some ideas that she's throwing out to kind of help improve the training process. Also, one way to teach strategy would be through YouTube. Just pull up a lot of untouched bases from different ops and go through it. That's a good idea. And how do you go about beating it, and who you'd send in, and when, and what not to do, specific troop combos and their levels. There you say, I was loving everything she's saying, and we were going to try to sort out some email, and that's what we ended up exchanging emails. So, Alrighty, and actually she got Angie's email, and her and Angie, who are both obviously smarter than me, they're going to figure out and translate that in a easy, color by number system that I can work with. So what I wanted to do is just at least go answer some of the questions, say it out loud, as I'm thinking about it. You mentioned pull up an untouched base. Alright, let's do that. Okay. What am I doing? I need to go here. So, why can't we view this? It was 2 days ago. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow. Boo, update, boo. Alright, so clearly there's a glitch in the update that is not allowing us to go back and look at replays. Angie, can you confirm that that's happening across the board? She's going to pull that up.
2 days ago?
Yes, ma'am. 2 days, 4 hours. I love new updates. I hate new updates.
Correct.
Okay, so that's a problem across the board. Alright, they'll get that sorted out eventually, so I'm not going to be able to look at that. Alright, how do we pull this off considering the situation? I have an idea. Alrighty. I have an idea. No, let's stay there. Alright, so we're still recording. We're going to go to the YouTube channel. Okay. Now my volume's down so you won't hear what's going on. My videos. Let's look at... Okay, not Gambit. Wallop. Wallop is often a tricky one. Yes, I am playing my YouTube on as I'm recording YouTube. This is totally happening. Alright, so let's go ahead and expand the screen here. Alright, I'm just trying to find where we got started. This non-defense guy, he sure does talk a lot, doesn't he? Alright, we are still playing. Come on. Work with me. So, if you ever wondered, is non-defense the kind of guy to just, use to promote to record his own YouTube channel? Like, it's almost like looking in a mirror while having a mirror behind you, or is that what's kind of happening? Alright, so monkey. Alright, so I'm just waiting. Oh God. If you ever want to hear me commentate on my own commentary, I make fun of myself a lot. I say a lot of really strange things. Alright, come on, Nun. Let's wrap this up. Why are we still talking about this? Let's make fun of Nun for a minute.
Purpose for medics in the hookah, especially in operation. But
really, Nun? Do you have to tell us more about why we...
get y'all too far out of the comfort zone. If you'll meet me halfway and swear that we can eliminate these riflemen...
Who do you think you are anyway,
pal? Take a boat of medics in. If it makes you feel that much better, you go right ahead. But help me out here, get rid of these medics.
Right. You're tapping on the screen.
Let's go ahead
We
and
get
watch
it.
this attack.
No, the title says Wallop. Nun, why are you...
But it's kind of high level, and this is a pretty easy op.
See if we can fast forward.
This is about just honestly looking in a mirror and saying,
what mirror? What are you talking about, Nun?
If we truly want to be beating hard bases,
he sounds so self-centered, doesn't he? Like, like what he says, like he really thinks it matters.
It's one of those adjustments. Just gonna have to be.
Right.
All right. So.
Right, because there are more important, less important things in life than being beat. Or more, I don't know.
For this team, and
whatever.
Again, that's just so. I'm not trying to,
Alright, can we get you to scroll up just a little bit, pal? Thank you. Alright. Jeez, he just rambles on, doesn't he? So anyway, so this is an untouched base. Ooh, one other thing. Alright, hopefully this isn't gonna... hopefully I'm not asking too much of... No, I don't want that. Alright, turn you off. Go to YouTube. Alright, let's hit play for a moment. Let that kind of clear up. Pause. Pause. Alright, so this is an untouched base. Forgive the fuzziness considering the situation and how we're approaching it. So, alright, Wallop. You were asking Venom specifically how to know when to send a high level, when to send a low level. when to, who to do whatever. There's a lot of ways to answer that question, but you suggested that I look at an untouched op and just talk through it. All right, here how my eyes interpret wallop, and this is I'm going off of memory from the players that you have on your team. I'm going from memory. I don't have it listed out here because, again, I'm in a weird situation. But what I would do is I want to send a low level, and by low, I'm using the standard of our team. So I guess I need to come up with a new way. Really, for just this, I would want to send a low-level warrior, and by low-level, I'm thinking anywhere in the 35 range. I mean, I guess that's technically mid, but I don't know. The bottom ranks, you raise up so quickly, and then things start really slowing down in the 35 to 40 range, and then they just get progressively slower from there. So let's make 35 the benchmark, because I was able to get so many accounts to 35 easily. I think that's fair. So 35 is the low. So I'm going to send a low warrior to deal with this rocket. But let's say we have somebody on our team like Frankie. Okay, he's a low hookah user, right? I'm not afraid to send him hookah after this rocket, provided he completely understands that this rocket and these mortars are going to be his #1 things that he's going to have to lock down. So what I would do in this situation, if I was coaching Frankie, I would say, Frankie, I'm going to need you to drop, you're going to, and you got to be fast, Frankie, I'm going to have you go drop, shock. Okay, so you drop real quick, shock, right? That gets your guys off the boat, flare the rocket, and here's the thing, you have to target the rocket. You can't accidentally flare close to the rocket. Now this is, again, assuming that you have one more shock. Then once you watch this shock, you ignore everything else. Everything's now just shooting at that rocket. You're getting picked off by this stuff, but I'm not worried about this stuff at the moment. You got me? I'm worried about this rocket. So again, we're starting at the beginning. I'm drop, shock. Okay, so flare. So drop, shock, flare the target. Hold on to that shock. Just hold it. Shock it again. You're going to die, but that is how you do it with a low-level hookah. I've done it before with, plenty of low-level hookahs. It can be done. It's a three shock system. On player bases, we tend to want to shock snipers and cannons and all that stuff, and you should. I mean, you definitely should. On operations, you kind of have to understand you're not going to last very long. So you need to look at what's going to give you the biggest threat as a whole in a short amount of time. And that's this group of mortars and this rocket. And I'm ignoring everything over here. I hope that helped. So now let's imagine that this is gone. So it's not there anymore, right? It's empty. Now, we got to leave that up. Now I have to be careful because I can't touch the screen because it'll act all wonky. I'll erase that. Okay. Oh, turn it back on. Alright, so that's gone. So, phew, it's not even there. The things that I'm concerned about at this point is I want to go ahead and eliminate all this stuff over here on the side here, right? Got me? All of that stuff. Oh, okay, I can touch the screen with the eraser on and it's okay. So all that's gone. So now I'm going to call in for, when I think of a mid-level, I'm thinking of someone in the 45 to 48 region, okay? I don't know why, it's just kind of what I'm thinking. And you have plenty of players are in there for this category. You also, I notice, have some new players that are like really low. Remember, those guys, if you have the chance to use those guys, you're going to want them to do any mine work or whatever. But I'm dropping a hookah over here, and the only thing I'm shocking is this entire group of mortars. Why? because the mortars will kill your Zookas, and you can't have that. So I'm calling for oh, remember this? Oops, excuse me. A low-level warrior is really technically the way to go. Like technically, you know, technically it's really easy. But again, they have to be good at it. But what I was talking about, how to do it with a hookah, with a low-level warrior. If you have a low-level warrior and they're wanting to run this system, what you're going to want to do is we're dropping. Click that. We're dropping everybody over here, right? Well, oh, excuse me, smoke. So we're doing smoke, smoke, smoke. Drop, 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 drop. Flare, smoke, smoke. As soon as that smoke clears, you got a shot. These machine guns, these mortars. Notice how I keep coming back to these mortars. I know we tend to ignore mortars on player bases. Don't do it. Not on operation. Especially when they're in these danger zone right here up by the beach. Like, they will hurt you, and they will hurt you quickly, and they'll do it in groups, and you'll say, where did all my troops go? And I'll say, well, pal, you didn't watch the mortar. You didn't respect the mortar. Respect the mortar. So that's how you would do it with low-level warriors. I'm hoping that's helping. So whether you go low-level warriors or low-level hookah, that is a good level 35 to level 40 attack. But they got to do it. Like, that's the thing. You can't have... And here's the thing about your low levels. They have to understand how to do it. And hopefully, you know, we're doing an okay job of conveying that. So that's gone. Now we're sending a high-level hookah over here. I would normally drop Zookas first. I'm, you know, well known and well documented. This is a situation where I'm going to drop my heavies first. I'm dropping my heavies all right here, and then everything else back here by the water. And then so drop, 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 shot. So you see what I'm saying? So these are shot, and then I'm going to allow them to just kind of walk over here, and they're going to get roughly about here. And this is from experience, just having seen it. So if in a perfect world, if my plan goes brilliantly, all of this is gone. Okay. So we've now committed a level 35 to 40 player and a level 40 to 45 player in a perfect scenario. So now all of that's gone. Next, I'm going to call for one more mid-level hookah, right? And what he's going to do is... Oh, and by the way, I'm not asking recruit guy 1 to even worry about this Doom Cannon. This guy meant to say team artillery. So I'm just going to circle that, okay? Because that means it's going to eventually fall. Remember, team artillery typically is 2 barrage, 2 artillery. Depending on your gunboat situation, it can vary. If you've got tons and you know you can go ahead and finish that thing off and still have enough to give yourself a good quality attack on the ground, by all means. But so team artillery on that. Then we're sending another mid-level hookah, and we're having him drop. We're having him drop right over here, right? And now he's just going to open this thing up, just right up here. And is again a level 40 to 45, just a hookah, and he's not going to worry about the mortars as much. He's going to keep all this stuff shot. So if all goes to plan, all of this is gone. Okay, and he put some juice on this. Okay, so by the next attack, in a perfect world, you can now it's kind of like, you know, pick your choosing. If you've got somebody who, but you got to start when it starts looking like this. You got to be able to hone in on the wind. You know what I mean? So if you want to send, at this point, really you could go, wow, a lot of ways. You could send a mid-level hookah or really a low-level hookah. If you gave them just the one job of taking out these mortars, then this thing's wide open. But if you want to go ahead and finish this thing off, you could send a warrior after that. It's gone. So it's going to come down to experience. There is no perfect answer, but it's going to come down to experience, and it's going to come down to just knowing your guys, and you'll know which players can you be counted on to ask to do a specific thing. Then there will be other players on your team that are just more, just kind of free for all, willy-nilly, and you'll work them into your system as best as you can for as long as you can until the way as we built the team from the beginning, day one, our focus is always, or not focus, what we've always said is everyone will be given an honest opportunity, and until someone better comes along to replace you, you'll at least be given the opportunity to compete for your job. But my standard does not factor into strength. It does not factor into how skilled you are. What I ask for my players is not to be the absolute best. I ask my members to work within the system. That's it, And I've got, one of our low level, Sith. He's a great example. He's low level. He's not super strong, right? But he can definitely, absolutely. I think I'm done here. Let's go back to Boom Beach. Dang it. Get rid of all that. Pull that up, back up, and turn you down. But Sith is a great example of somebody who's low level. He's never going to be a leader on our team in terms of being a top guy, but he has always worked within our system. And when we need the low level win or the low level mind clear or things like that, he is our guy. And we know he's going to do that. And man, I'm keeping that. Absolutely. I would not replace Sith with Nick at Night, Ben 10, Reversal, or any of the best players in the universe. Sith has a job on my team because I know Sith will work within our system. And there's no personality conflict. There's no issue. You see what I'm saying? So, I'll take Sith. Give me level 40 Sith all day long. He was level 27 when he joined this team. And he has always worked within the plan. So, those are the guys that I hone in on, the guys who work within the system, because we can do anything. Like you'll get strong eventually. You all will. I'm not even worried about that. That'll happen. As long as you're working in the system, we're going to beat bases. That's how I've always felt. So I hope that kind of answered some questions. Let's see. And by the way, I wanted to attack this base with Grublet. So we're going to just do that live. No promises that I'm going to win. I don't know what that sound was. Somebody got a notification. Doesn't matter. This is going to be interesting. Let's see. If I really wanted to beat this base, this is probably how I would go about it. Okay, because we're dealing with Grublet. I'm just going to there. Okay, meant to get that flamethrower off there. Much better. I hate having to commit this much gunboat, but I kind of flared wrong there, but that's gonna happen. Okay, so we're all healed up. Beautiful. Let's gather up this free GBE. Okay, let's get back here into this corner. Just commit one smoke just to make sure we get as few or as many guys back there alive as possible. Okay. Now we're going to generate some GB. Okay. Just wait it out. Smoke. Okay, and shot. Probably sent those out a little early, those shocks there. But whatever. That's life as a grublet, I suppose. Had nothing else to do other than send a med kit, so I sent one. And it looks like I'm beating warriors. I may not. No, I will. Okay. Good job. Yay. Grublet did it. There you go. Little victory artillery there. Well, that was fun. Now, I lost 21 troops, but that's okay. Let's see, and that was him. So let's do Frankie. I'm not attacking everybody. Like, here, let's scout Muffin Man real quick. Now, Muffin Man would be a little more difficult for a Grublet, but he's kind of low level. So, alright, let's just do Frankie real quick. And I know I shouldn't do the video on this subject, but I can't go through replays at the moment. So, this is Frankie, huh? Okay. Get rid of you. And yeah, there's plenty of free GB back there, so I'm going to go ahead and commit a barrage over here. Beautiful. Okay. I'm not worried about the snipers. It was the flamethrower that I was most concerned about there. Let's flare back here. Alright. So Frankie, if we've learned anything from this video, it would probably have to be, you know, all this free gunboat is well, it's free. Like, I know you have a machine gun, but if you're going to protect your gunboat, protect your gunboat. Okay, you know, I mean, you saw my, obviously I have level 17 riflemen. I know I don't have many of them. On the legendary Grublet. And you can see my barrage and artillery ain't exactly weak either. Let's go ahead and get one more. Finish the sniper off. Okay, we're just going to wait it out. Okay, I'm going to wait. Just let them do their thing. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Gonna flare right there, shock. And there you go. That's how we beat Frankie with Grublet. Now, I'm not attacking everybody with Grublet. Just if I see that that Grublet can beat you, I'm going to show you that the Grublet can. You know, but Grublet's pretty easy to defend against. So if you do beat Grublet, don't feel like you did anything special either. All right, that was that. Muffin Man. Well, Savage won. He's low level. Frankie won. Excuse me. He's low level. So let's just go in, see what a Grublet can do. Alright, this one's tricky. I'm going to barrage that, bomb that. He doesn't have any rockets, so that's good. I cannot tolerate that flamethrower there. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm trying to drop there. Okay. Let's see. Get around here. Bomb that. Machine gun. That took care of that. Beautiful. Set that up. Ah, wasn't enough to take that out. Come on, give me a shot. Thank you. Okay, one more bomb. I'm getting ready for go in for the kill here. Like that. Med kit. And that should do it, I would think. We'll see. The snipers are working me pretty good, but I'm working the HQ pretty good. Alright. So there you go. So I hope where I answered some of the questions, I mean, I kind of hope that helped, you know, because of the glitches and we're not able to look at the replays. I was definitely kind of shot in the foot there, but I, you know, hope at least you casually admire the way we made it work. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I want to thank you all so much at home for watching. Please remember that we are still unboomable, and as always, please be safe.